Okay, I literally just had the best night of my fucking life!
So I got into NCT during Cherry Bomb era, and I fell in love with them ever since. So obviously I was thrilled when it was announced that they'd be in LA. They were here for mainly 4 things. The first was Jimmy Kimmel, where they were doing an outdoor live concert. And then was Nicki's 90th Spectacular. Then was the AMA's Red Carpet. And then also was Apple Up Next, mini exclusive concert thing. And naturally I got tickets to none of those things. But then I got so obsessive about trying to find a way to see them. I would literally search for NCT Kimmel or NCT tickets on Twitter every few minutes. It was consuming my life. I was talking with, how do I say this in not Twitter terms? Somebody who I follow who follows me, we're acquaintances in that way on Twitter. She was telling me about standby tickets and that maybe I should try for that. But my friend, my Twitter mutual, she went Sunday evening to camp out, and she told me that at that time the line already had 50 people maybe. So I was getting really disheartened. I was like, okay, there's no way that I'm getting Kimmel tickets. But I figured I work in Hollywood, so I might as well just stop by after work and see what's happening outside the concert. At the very least I can hear what's going on, and that's exciting in and of itself. I managed to convince my friend Dara, who I go to a lot of K-pop events with. You might have seen her in my J-Park video. I managed to convince her to come meet me there too. I left work at 5 and I took a lift to the area where the concert would be, and this is seriously I don't know, I feel bad in some ways, but some sort of good karma was shining down on me, because right when I was walking up to where people were lined up against the fence, or they were on the fence, there was this person talking to them and saying, if you all just get down, I'll do everything in my power to get you all into the concert if you just line up in the normal line instead of being on this fence. And so I was like, oh my god, let me get in this line right now. And I managed to get in. That worked. I had totally lost hope, but literally right when I got there, things worked out perfectly. The one downside, my friend was rushing over from West LA. She finally comes in as we're about to enter, but she has her huge backpack with her, and backpacks are not allowed inside. So I told her, you have to get rid of this. And while she went to go get rid of it, she came back into line, not with me, she didn't skip with me, and they cut the line off the person right before her. I felt so bad. I'm so sorry, Dara. That being said, even though Dara couldn't get in, I felt there was definitely still room in there for people. I didn't understand why they cut it off there. The people right behind me were people who were at the show recording and who could also attend the outdoor concert. So they were sort of not familiar with NCT, and so the fan behavior was sort of a spectacle to them. They kept filming the audience, and a lot of them kept looking at my sign and being what the heck is this girl doing? I hope they enjoyed the experience at least. And so I brought my sign that I made from KCON LA in 2017. It says, I saw an angel, Kim Do-young, 처음 봤을 때. It's lyrics from one of their songs called Angel, and it's technically I saw an angel 너 처음 봤을 때, which means I saw an angel the first time I saw you, but I changed it to be about Do-young because he is an angel to me. I love him a lot. A lot of people, when they see this sign, ask me if he's my bias. I'm gonna be honest with you, it is incredibly difficult to pick a bias in NCT when they're 18 boys, so I love all of them. My initial impetus for making that sign in 2017 was that I felt Do-young was really underappreciated, and so I love him a lot, and I wanted to show him that there are other people out there who love him. The actual event, Kimmel event, So they came out and performed regular. They performed it twice. And so they shot money at us twice, and apparently the bills had each member's faces on them. I didn't get one because I was in the back since I was let in so late. But I was fine with it. I was having the freaking time of my life. I was jumping, holding my signs, screaming, filming with my bogus ass phone case. And then I think the next song was Cherry Bomb, and I lost my at the fact that they included jungwoo in it. So they made it OT10. And then just in general, because Cherry Bomb is the song that I became a huge fan with, like it's my song. I look back at my videos and most of them are just of Cherry Bomb. At the end of one of the songs, either regular or Cherry Bomb, Jungwoo did his final pose, and then I could have sworn he was looking in my direction. I was literally saying out loud, like, why do I feel like Jungwoo is staring right at me? There's also a person filming like directly in front of me, so he could have been looking at them too, but like I was losing it.
I'm really slow with video camera stuff, like you know me, but like I'm pretty sure jungwoo was staring right at me when the song ended and I was holding my sign. Anyway, yeah, that's how it's going in.
That was probably the most intense thing that happened to me throughout the entire performance. At one point, I don't remember which song, but Utah like shot a like wink and a thumbs up in my general direction. They also performed Limitless, Fire Truck, and so keep in mind these are all OT10. Like when Fire Truck came on, I was like, oh, so Doyoung isn't gonna be in this one. And then I saw him, I was like, wait, what? Oh, and they performed Comeback. There's this one point during, like after one of the songs before they're meant, that Taeyong was whispering something to Johnny and then he stepped off to the side. I was like, oh, like maybe he's like getting water or fixing something. But when he came back, Johnny specifically asked him like, hey, are you okay? And I was like,
I don't even know what to say. Johnny scared the out of me when he said, you might think we don't see you. We see all of you. But yeah, good times.
So then me and my friend found out the location for the Apple Music event, and we were like, okay, we're gonna jet there right after. We hit it up, and then we run into this girl who has tickets to the event and says that you can't have like anything with you. So we hide our stuff in a bush, and we finally talked to the person manning the line, I guess you can say, and he says that there are 2 separate lines. One is priority and one is general admission, and it isn't even guaranteed that all those people would get into the event. So they were saying there's no standby line, you're probably not going to get in. But me and my friend stuck around because the person also mentioned that the event would be on the roof, and so we were like, hell yeah, we can just stand outside and it'll still be worth it. I don't remember the exact order of events, but basically, eventually, he was like, everybody that's standing around on the sidewalk without a ticket, you can get into the back of the line. We were like, hell yes, this paid off. And everybody who had tickets gets in. And then the person manning the tickets is like, okay, if I saw you and you talked to me and you're standing out on that sidewalk, like one of the first people standing out on the sidewalk, then step in front and you can get in. So that was definitely me and my friend Dara, and so he recognized Dara and said she could step forward, but he didn't say anything about me. And I was like, Dara, oh my god, tell him that I'm your friend, that I was standing there with you the entire time. But he was like really not having it, because a lot of other people were like, what about me, like I talked to you, I did this. So like I totally understand why he did not want to listen. 11 people got in, but it was okay. I was remembering how I accidentally ditched Dara at Kimmel, and I was like, she deserves to go to this Apple event. Like, if I don't go, it's okay. Like, we can live through each other vicariously. I just went to go fetch our stuff that was in the bush, and then I walked with a bunch of other people to like the front of the building, and we could see sort of from the side, we could see like some lights. So yeah, I definitely talked to a lot of people out there and made a lot of friends. Actually, I felt like, I can't confirm, but I felt like there were some people that I recognized from KCON 2017 when we all waited together in line for the red carpet, which was the only artist engagement event that we could see NCT at. Again, it's been a year, so I don't know. If it really was them, then like, oh my gosh, shout out to them. Actually, so I went to a consortium of colleges in the Inland Empire, and then I actually met people who currently attend one of the colleges in the consortium that I went to, which is so wild to me, thinking about like how, first of all, there are people from my college, which is like inland, it's not in LA, who came out to LA for NCT, and second off, that there are actual fans of NCT at my college, because there definitely weren't, or at least they didn't reveal themselves when I was a student. I was like, this world is so small and so amazing. So for the Apple Music event, they performed Limitless, Regular, Cherry Bomb. It was like almost the same. The one thing I was bitter about was that they performed Touch. I really wish that I had been able to see Touch, especially Jungwoo performing Touch. Honestly, this video is making me sound like a Jungwoo stan. But my friend who was in there, so this is calling back to when Johnny asked Taeyong if he was okay at Kimmel. My friend was saying that Taeyong fell during the performance, and then later after the concert, some other people came out. I overheard them saying that he like slipped a few times, which is so concerning to me. I really hope he's okay. My friend said that they kept wiping down the stage. Clearly it didn't work if they were still falling and slipping. But so yeah, the concert finally ended and Dara came out. So in general, I'm okay. I'm glad that I got to see them at Kimmel at the very least. But the one thing that I'm really bitter about for the Apple event is that they got free merch. Excuse me? They got a little tote bag, and then a t-shirt, and then a sticker. Everything a girl could want. They started moving the vans near the end of the show, and so everybody that I was around was like, oh my god, they could be driving out. We have to stay and watch. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll stand with y'all and wait with y'all. I think I was mostly interested in just like having them see my sign, having specifically Doyoung see my sign. As I mentioned earlier, I just really want him to know that there are people out there who love him and support him. So according to Dara, she thinks that they definitely saw my sign. I'm not going to confirm or deny since I can't be completely positive. Yeah, I don't know. I love them. I went home with the freaking biggest smile on my face. I'm just grateful for any opportunity that I got to be able to see them. You know, fate was on my side. Just like fate was on my side for BTS. I don't know what's going on, but thank you, fate. Whoever, wherever you may be, like you are helping me out so much. And today, which is the day after, my brain was in NCT. Like, I could not stop thinking about them, and I am eagerly awaiting their North American tour or world tour or whatever comes next, because I will be there.
So we're waiting outside and we got the security guard to stream NCT, so if that's not our power